back in April, beginning of April 2020, I was at Gamma Expo, and I was there with Freely Publishing, doing their booth. And for those of you that aren't familiar with Gamma Expo, Gamma Expo is a retailer event where publishers and companies go and kind of show off their wares and show potential retailers the upcoming products. While we were there, this was the first time I saw Mörk Borg, and we referred to this as the weird little yellow book on the table. And I'll tell you what, this weird yellow little book probably got the most attention at that event. It was crazy. People were coming over and picking it up and looking through it and had nothing but really great things to say about it. Had we known then what this book would do for the industry and what a huge success that this product has gone on to do, we probably would have said you were crazy. It's spawned so many different modules, adventures, content, and now it has games based on the same engine that this Mörk Borg book has created, and this RPG has put out for the Stockholm Kartel. So I thought it would be great to do a top 5 list of Mörk Borg system games that I enjoy. Hopefully you'll enjoy some of these products as well. Stick around. We're doing my top 5 Mörk Borg system RPGs. Hey everyone, welcome to Victory Condition Gaming. My name is Doug. Today on the show, we're doing our top 5 Mörk Borg RPGs, or Mörk Borg system RPGs. If you like these types of top 5 lists, hit the like button down below. And, it always helps with the algorithms. And if you're coming across our content for the very first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button, a little bell notification that lets you know every single time we go live or upload new content. I like to do these top 5, top 10 lists from time to time, but now there's quite a few different Mörk Borg games, and I thought, let's do a top 5 list of Mörk Borg games. So without further ado, let's get to our top 5 list. I'm going to start with an honorable mention. Let's start with that right away. An honorable mention goes to Forbidden Psalm from KRD Designs. This is designed by Kevin Rahman. This isn't technically an RPG, but it uses the Mörk Borg system, and so therefore I really wanted to kind of give it a shout out. I really enjoy this game. There's Forbidden Psalm and there's Forbidden Psalm: The Last War. Both of these are really, really great games. They're minis agnostic. They use that Mörk Borg engine. So if you love mini skirmish games, you need to pick this up. This is a really, really fun game, especially if you love that Mörk Borg engine. Use your own minis, use your own terrain. Super rules light, still super fun. It's fairly inexpensive. I think you picked this up for $25, I think, the soft cover, and then the hardcover I think is $40. All the products that I am mentioning in this video, I'm going to put links in the description of this video, so be on the lookout for that. So if there's anything that catches your eye, this is a super fun game. I think I've got like 3 copies of this. I actually have 2 of the soft covers and 1 of the hardcover, and then I also have the Last War. This is another like a standalone game, but it's almost like an expansion. I think you can kind of mix the two if you want to. But yeah, Kevin's doing some great work with that Forbidden Psalm, and he's also got a skirmish game that I think is going to Kickstarter backers right now, based on Cyborg, which we might talk about here in a little bit. All right, so that was the honorable mention. If you love minis games and you love mini skirmish games and you love mini agnostic games, check out Forbidden Psalm. My number 5, Vast Grimm by Infinite Black, designed by Brian Colin and Ross Brandt. Now this is, let's just show you, it is very much the sci-fi the sci-fi Mörk Borg. It is that same kind of in-your-face design. I love sci-fi RPGs, and this hit. I think this is one of the first Mörk Borg system games that hit online. Definitely know it was like the first sci-fi version, and I jumped on this as soon as I saw it, and I have not been disappointed in this. This is a great game. Brian did a great job. Again, it's pretty much Mörk Borg just in space. So if you love sci-fi instead of like, death fantasy, this might be more closer up to your alley. It's still very laid out, very hectically. So if you don't like that whole design aesthetic of Mörk Borg, you might not like the design aesthetic of Vast Grimm. It does tone it down a little bit, but it's still very much in your face. But if you love sci-fi and you love rules like games and you like the rule system of Mörk Borg, check out Vast Grimm by Infinite Black and Creature Curation. And Brian and Ross have a great product right here. Brian's really kind of promoting this and putting a lot more content out for this. So you'll see more content for this in the future. And I'm really excited for him. He's a super nice guy. And yeah, this is number 5. And I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of this ranking, this top 5, super close. It's going to be tough. So even though it's number 5, it's really high on my list. So just know that. The next on my list, number 4, Frontier Scum from Games Omnivorous, designed by Carl Druid. This game I have featured on the show before. We did a little review of it. This, if you love fantasy RPG, or not fantasy, if you love Western RPGs, which there's not a whole lot of Western RPGs out there, but you still love that whole rules light system, this is definitely right up there. This is, again, another super fun game. If you love that whole Mörk Borg engine, but you want to play in like a really weird Wild West setting, this is the game to pick up. This game, I'll tell you right now, was suggested to me by Stockholm Kartel at Gen Con this year. They played an actual play of it, and they were telling me that this was a really, really well-designed game, really implemented their Mörk Borg engine really well. It has probably one of the best adventures of any of these books. In the back, it's called The Oregon Trail, and it's on a train that, I don't want to give it too much, but it's an adventure where you go through a whole bunch of train cars, and it's super rad. Probably one of my favorite adventures in all of these books. The other thing that I really, really love about this book and this game is that Carl designed this and made it so that it felt and it feels and it looks like a relic from the setting. Like, I don't think any other, none of the other books do that. This you could actually pick up and be like, oh my God, this actually feels like it would be from from Frontier Scum, the setting. It's got this like exposed binding, which I wasn't sure if I was going to like that. I think I said this in the review video. I wasn't sure how well and how durable that was going to hold up, but it has held up really well. It's got this really thick, treated cardboard stock for a cover. And it's super fun game. If you love Wild West games and you want something that's rules light, Frontier Scum from Games Omnivorous and Carl Druid, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. This you can pick up on DriveThruRPG. It's also available through Exalted Funeral. And it does run out of stock every once in a while, and they just get a new stock in. So if you're thinking about picking up a copy, I would say do it rather quickly. Now, my number 3. It could actually be like 2B. Like I said, all these picks are really, really close. And I think I'm going to get some flack on my number 3 pick. This is a great game. I love this game. Just came out. They did a great job with this game. And of course they did, because they're the original, it's part of the team that did the original Mörk Borg game. But number 3 is Cyborg. This is a cyberpunk version of Mörk Borg. It is in your face. You're taking down corporations. You're just trying to get, eke out a living. This book right here, again, very much in your face. So if you don't like that design, that layout aesthetic that Mörk Borg does, you're probably not going to like Cyborg as far as reading it. But I will tell you that they put a ton of questions. I don't know if you can see how thick this book is compared to the base Mörk Borg book, but it is like 50% thick. I mean, it's about 100%, double the thickness of Mörk Borg. And yeah, this was super fun. I'm not a huge cyberpunk fan. That setting doesn't really, like, I'm a big sci-fi guy. Cyberpunk just never really kind of clicked with me. But this is going to be my go-to cyberpunk RPG until I can't imagine something else that would replace it. This is a great game. Christian and Johan, just another home run with their product, and they just do good work. So yes, Cyborg is my number 3. Number 2, and this is kind of a personal pick because I have gotten to know the guys behind this game, and we've hung out a lot this year. And I met them back in March, and like we talk pretty much every day. But that still doesn't discredit how great of a game this is, and how impressed I am that this is not a Stockholm Kartel product, which if you looked at it, you would swear it would be. But Luke at Limithron put out Pirate Borg. Now, I will tell folks this is an early test print of Pirate Borg that was gifted to me because of we did content for Pirate Borg on the show, and the base game, it's the actual printed game. I've seen it at PAX Unplugged. So much. I mean, as good as this product is, the actual finished product is even better. Again, I'm not a huge pirate guy, but holy smokes, there's a ton of content in here. I was just looking at the PDF today again, and it just, every time I look through that PDF, I go, oh my God, like, could you put more information in here and more content in here? Luke just did a great job of providing his Kickstarter backers with a whole bunch of added content. And then the base game, the book itself is just, I think it's going to be a huge hit for him next year. And it's super fun. I love the fact that he put ship combat in this game, like just little things like that. Pirate Borg next year, folks. If you're a retailer, bring it in. If you love Mörk Borg, you should pick it up. I'm super stoked to see what I don't have. Like I said, I don't have a finished, completed Pirate Borg copy yet. But man, I am so excited for Luke, and I think he's going to have such a great run next year. Him and his brother Tyler. I'm so excited for them. And so, yeah, that's my number 2. Now, my number 1. You can probably guess what it is by now. I've said that I'm a big sci-fi fan. I love sci-fi settings. I think that this product right here is so under the radar and is so good. I don't know. I know they flew through their first printing of this game, so they had to go back and make another printing of it. But my number 1 Mörk Borg system RPG is Death in Space. This game right here, Carl and Christian, just, if you love sci-fi RPGs, you love rules light systems, you love everything that I mean, this game is so beautiful. This book is so well laid out. Like it's chaotic, but it's not. You know, it's easy to read. It's fun. I love this foil treatment that they did to the cover. Um, I love the hub system where you can create your own, space station or ship. Um, it still gives you some of that more borginess, but not quite as bad. Like it's not quite as like in your face. Of course, it probably kind of depends on how you run it too. But I love this RPG. Um, it would probably, if I were to do a top 10 list, it would, of 2022, this one would be pretty close to the top, if not take the top spot, just because I think it's really good. Like I love sci-fi RPGs. So yeah, that's my top 5 list of Mork Borg RPGs. Our system, yeah, Mork Borg system RPGs. If you have any rearranging of that order, let me know in the comments. If you have any other games that you would have added to this top 5 list, let me know. I know that there's a whole bunch of them out there, and I haven't gotten all of them, but it's hard to keep up because there's just so much content that's being put out by third-party people, publishers and creators that use this system, that it's just hard to keep track of everything that's been out. But I think these games right here show off some really clever game design. And if you love any of these types of genres, because you've got Wild West, you've got sci-fi, you've got gritty sci-fi, you got pirates, you got cyberpunk. Like, I love how that system has kind of evolved into other genres. And I'm curious to see, I'm excited to see what genres come out in 2023, because they're coming. People are working on them, and I can't wait to see it. Let's get to some of the comments here before we sign off. Let's see here. Can't wait. The Mörk Borg community is so alive and thriving, and it is. And you know what? I love the community. I love the fact that Johan and Pele and Christian and Carl, and I love how they're so supportive to see third-party people, or third-party content creators just make all sorts of content for it. So hopefully maybe this has kind of introduced a lot of people to some of that system. I don't know. Dirigo says, I didn't realize Death in Space is Mörk Borg related. It's not entirely, but it uses that D20 system plus modifier, and you'll see that there's a lot. Like the target number is still 12 or higher. So it's got the same bones. It's not a true Mörk Borg system, but it's definitely like a close first cousin, if not, some sort of, I don't know how you get even closer than that without being, it's got to be in the family because it's still the same rules light D20 system. So yeah, it's a super good game, and I think that it's under the radar of a lot of folks. So all right, that's my top 5 list of Mörk Borg engine or Mörk Borg system RPGs. Like I said, if you would rank these, let me know in the comments. I'm super excited to see all of these creators, all of these people succeed with their games in 2023 and in the future. Yeah. So, all right, that's gonna do it. And like I said, if you know any other Mörk Borg games, let me know in the comments. I would love to add some more games to my list. And maybe, in 2023, this list will be revised and I'll have, 3 or 4 more new ones. I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited though. All right, I'm going to remind you that if you enjoyed this top 5 lists, hit that like button down below. If you came across the content for the very first time, hit that subscribe. We'd love to have you. We're pushing almost 4,000 plus subscribers, which is super cool. Super cool. So, all right, that's going to do it for this session. Remember, winning shouldn't be the only victory condition when you get to the table. See you next time. Bye now. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you would be so kind, make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe, all the YouTube jazz that we're supposed to do here. It really is greatly appreciated. And if you'd like to support us more, you can check us out on Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/victoryconditiongaming. We have all sorts of Patreon perks, and it definitely helps